Ever fall into one of those internet rabbit holes, where you start with a simple question and end up hours later fascinated by something you never even knew existed? Well, that's what this deep dive is all about. And today, we're tackling a topic that's really got everyone talking ChatGPT. And you've sent us tons of stuff about it, articles, research, even a few memes. So we know you're as curious as we are. So let's dive in.
You know what's really captivating about ChatGPT is that it's not just another tech tool. It's almost like having a conversation. But instead of talking to a person, you're interacting with a really, really advanced computer program. But here's the thing. It doesn't just spit out ones and zeros. It actually uses human language.
Right. It's like it understands us in a way. It can write stories, answer questions, even code websites. It's like having a super smart friend who can help you with anything. Okay, but before we get carried away with all the cool stuff ChatGPT can do, let's make sure we're on the same page. What exactly is this thing?
In the simplest terms, ChatGPT is like a supercomputer that's read almost everything ever written online. Well, maybe not everything, but a mind-blowingly massive amount of text. And from all that reading, it's learned how to use language in ways we never thought a machine could.
So it's not just looking things up, it's actually understanding the nuances of language the way WE use it.
Exactly. It's not just memorizing definitions. It's grasping grammar style, even humor. It's like the difference between someone who learned a language by studying textbooks and someone who grew up speaking it.
Okay, that makes sense. But how does it actually work? What's going on under the hood?
This is where things get really interesting. ChatGPT is built on something called a large language model, or LLM. Imagine a gigantic, incredibly detailed model of a city built entirely out of Legos. Each Lego represents a piece of information, a word, a phrase, an idea. ChatGPT's LLM is like that model city, but on a massive scale, with trillions of Legos all connected in these complex ways.
Wow, that's quite the image. So ChatGPT is tapping into this massive network of information to understand and generate language.
Precisely. And it's not just random information. This model has been trained on a huge and very carefully selected data set of text and code. This gives it a super strong foundation in grammar, syntax, even different writing styles.
Okay, now that is seriously impressive. But for our listeners who might be thinking, okay, cool tech demo, but what does this have to do with me? Don't worry, we're about to get into the really exciting part, because what ChatGPT can do with all this knowledge, that's where it gets interesting. And that's what we'll be unpacking right after this quick break. We're back and ready to dive into what ChatGPT can actually do.
Yeah.
Put all this impressive tech to work.
Exactly. It's time to talk about practical applications. Think about everything you do online, writing emails, putting together presentations, maybe just trying to brainstorm ideas for a new project. ChatGPT can help with all of that.
So it's like this superpowered assistant taking care of all those little things we all have to do.
That's a good way to think about it. It can create different kinds of writing, from stories and poems to technical documents. It can translate languages, write code, even analyze data.
Hold on, it can analyze data. That's amazing.
It is, and what's even cooler is that it learns from feedback. The more you use it, the better it understands you and what you're looking for.
Wow, so it's like having an assistant who actually gets to know you.
You could say that, but remember, it's still a tool. It doesn't replace your own skills and thinking, it just helps you use them better.
That makes sense. But you know what some people might be thinking? Is ChatGPT going to take our jobs? Or worse, take over the world?
It's a question a lot of people are asking, and it's an important one. Like any powerful tool, ChatGPT can be used in good ways and bad ways.
So it's all about using it responsibly, being aware of its limitations.
Absolutely. Just like you wouldn't trust a calculator to make all your financial decisions. You can't rely on ChatGPT for everything. We need to use our own intelligence and creativity alongside it.
So it's more about humans and technology working together, not some kind of robot takeover.
That's a great way to put it. And the most exciting part is that this is only the beginning. ChatGPT and AI like it are just getting started.
It really makes you wonder what's next. Where does all this go from here?
That's what's so fascinating about it. Imagine a world where you can instantly understand any language, or where complex information is broken down so that anyone can understand it. Think about personalized education for everyone, no matter who you are or where you live.
It's like something from a science fiction movie, except it's real life and it's happening right now.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important to be a part of this conversation, to really understand the incredible potential and the challenges that come with this kind of technology.
Absolutely. We need to be informed and engaged, because knowledge is power after all. And speaking of knowledge, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive. We've talked about what ChatGPT is, how it actually works, what it can do, and what we need to be careful of moving forward.
It's been a pretty amazing journey, and I hope everyone listening feels like they can understand ChatGPT and even use it in their own lives.
I totally agree. So to everyone listening, as you keep exploring ChatGPT and AI, remember to be curious, ask questions, and never stop learning, because this is only the beginning of a whole new world of possibilities. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll be having this same conversation with the ChatGPT. That's it for this deep dive on ChatGPT. We'll be back soon with more insights into the tech shaping our world. Until then, stay curious.